Kupo tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI Brave New World with me, BlueAnkylo, and a Moogle. You know, that's what you get. So last episode, Terra decided to help out the returners, and for the most part, well, I don't know if she 100% decided that, but she said she'd try to help, and talk to the Esper in Narshe, who previously, well, she met him once before, and he, knocked her out of her slave crown and killed Biggs and Wedge. So I'm sure everything will go totally fine on round 2. Anyway, we actually have a choice in which scenario we follow next. Do we find out what Locke is doing in Figaro? What Sabin did after he fell in the river and drowned? He's probably dead, so I don't know why he has a scene here. Or do we continue our adventure with Terra and Edgar? I'll just tell you, if you're playing the mod, Brave New World, you should probably save Sabin's for last. His is the longest and arguably the most difficult. Terra's is probably the simplest, which is a good reason to use her first. Hers is shorter and a little bit easier. Locke's is, well, maybe equally difficult to Sabin's, except much shorter. So I would recommend probably doing them in the order of Terra first, and then whichever one you prefer, Locke or Sabin. I almost always pick Sabin first when I'm playing the game, because I'm more emotionally attached to him than the other ones at this point in the game. But we'll go with these guys because they're on the raft right now, and we'll continue their story. Fleeing the Empire's troops, Bannon, Edgar, and Terra ride the rapids toward Narshe. But the going won't be easy. So, the music didn't get any better. I guess that's just what the river sounds like. So now, same fights, except, congratulations, you have no Edgar. Or sorry, not Edgar, you have no Sabin. Yeah, what are we gonna do? We need to kill the bird first. I really hope it doesn't cast any fireballs on us. We need to kill him, Bannon. There it is. He's got a bolt rod equipped. So if that had triggered during the Ultros fight, he would have done a lot of damage, but, well, you know how it goes. I don't want to let these two, get a whole lot of extra counters in, so I'm going to try the Bioblaster first. We're just a fair bit more fragile now without having Sabin in the party, so I got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, you guys see it, right? The enemies get some pretty strong attacks. If that had killed Bannon, that would have been a game over right there. So, you know, be careful. Counter attack on death, of course. Death Blow Krabby. I'm really mixing my video game lores here now. Alright, come on, Edgar, yeah. The faster he goes, the better. At least Terra has some cool goggles on right now. We'll throw in a bit of fire. I don't want to spend too much MP, but honestly, there's no big boss fight coming up right now, so you could actually probably spend all of Terra's MP here. Stupid octopus. You're not half the man Ultros is. Right? Right, guys? And that's it. Easy. So with that, we've returned essentially to the beginning of the game. That connects right up with where Narshe is. So we could try to find Figaro right now, or head into Figaro Cave that takes us to South Figaro. I believe both are locked right now. I guess we could go check out if anything happened. I'm just putting a save down just in case. Sometimes the mod has a way of punishing you for doing things you're not supposed to do. So I'm only moderately worried that perhaps by going this way we'll just be insta-killed by some super boss. Also, this is not going particularly well. Remember the easiest enemies in the game, the Leafers? Suddenly almost able to kill us. I'm just curious if we can get into the cave at all. And we've got enough MP that we'd probably survive. Finally get to see me use some ag drops. I could have also just equipped the goggles temporarily. That would have cured her. Alright, please don't kill me this time. Rabbit bunnies. Or lettuce bunnies, I guess, maybe? Alright, we're fine. Yeah, level up for that. I do wish a little bit for Brave New World that the random encounters weren't quite so difficult. You end up spending a lot more time resurrecting people and all the like. Oh, we might have not fought any battles in the desert our first time through as well. There'll be two different enemies, the Sand Ray and the Antlion, I believe. I think you actually have to fight them once to unlock them in an area later on in the game. So it's probably not a bad idea to try to run into every encounter at least once on your first time through. So maybe stay in the desert until we find an Antlion. But I totally forgot to fight in the desert. You guys don't mind this detour, do you? Just a little bit of exploring for science, really? Just want to see what happens. Yeah. Empire's not going to let us through. Let's be what? Oh. See, the thing is, I was half expecting that would start an impossible battle against an enemy you can't beat or run away from. So at least the modders didn't do that to us, right? So then the only question left is, do we bother checking out Figaro Castle? Which may or may not be under sand right now. The dot is still on the map, but I think we'd have seen it by now. Apparently the antlions are really skittish today and they're not coming out. Now, I suppose also, every time Bannon attacks, that's odd. So, that effect of attacking with a critical is part of the rods in the Brave New World mod. So every time you have a rod equipped and you attack, it counts as an auto crit. But it usually costs MP to do that. Which is odd because Bannon doesn't know anything about magic, of course, and can't have MP. But he's able to get that auto crit anyway. It's kind of neat. Oh, you're so Raven. Auto crossbow's still pretty awesome. Honestly, if Edgar and Figaro in general have technology to make weapons like that, why do we have any problem taking on Magitech? You know, like, that seems pretty powerful to me. And, like, you wouldn't have to train soldiers that much to use them, would you? Just install a few bioblasters on the edge of your castle and bam, you won. I mean, they're not even that expensive. Are they 5,000 GP or something? I'm sure the King of Figaro could cough up a few of those. For shame having to heal here. Alright, well, enough messing around on the overworld. At least it has a pleasant theme song in the back. Welcome to Narshe! Can we go in the main entrance? Apparently, they're not a huge fan of Terra. Surely they know Bannon, the Returner's leader. Or the King of Figaro? Well, yeah. Hey, those guards, they're good at their job. You gotta give them that. Would you really believe, if you worked the gate, would you really believe that the super witch that attacked your town would be in league with the king of the nearby kingdom and the leader of a rebel force, and they just stroll right through the main gate? If you saw them, you'd be like, I don't believe it, and immediately just shoot them, right? Right? That makes sense. It's the first smart guard in any RPG ever. Anyway, free healing at least is nice. Remember? We have a secret way in. I'm sure if Sabin was here, he would have just punched it open. That would have been better. So these enemies should be at the level of the first time Terra was in here, I think. Unless we all get killed by Snowball immediately. That'll be fun. Yeah, like, these guys should be pretty easy, but, you know, Brave New World, right? Of course, being blind's not very nice. Alright, so again, this is just going to be an episode full of fighting really weak enemies and getting the snot beaten out of me every time. Apparently that snowball attack must inflict blind, which is kind of rude. So while we're here, cruising through the cave, you can, you know, check out some houses, right? Like, it's the edge of Narshe. One of these days we'll get in there. Actually explore the town. Or burn it to the ground. I mean, I don't know. Whatever works for you, really. Terras conflicted. Clog lips are new, I think. I can almost guarantee that they won't do terribly well when they are blasted by the Bioblast. Okay, yeah, this is not a early game battle. This is a maybe scaled correctly for our strength battle. Luckily, we've got the Bioblaster. Oh. So I don't know if that's a death counter or a physical counter. Either way, that wasn't very nice. What I'll do here is wait a second, heal up, and then let's use Bioblaster. It seems to be doing the job. The fact that Edgar gets access to an infinite use item that costs no MP, does great area of effect, like target all damage, is just so good. If you did not buy that tool, I feel real bad for you, son. Alright, so this area. Follow the dot, basically. It's really not that hard. But I have a secret to tell you. I had a lot of hard time with that when I first came here. As a kid. As like a 10-year-old or whatever. Now, just to demonstrate, again, if you don't follow the light in the original Final Fantasy VI, you get into a fight. It's not that bad. It's tough, but you can win it. Now, I believe if you click the orange dot, you are sort of safe. I'll try. There we go. Click the orange dot, you're fine. But, again, you get stuck again every few steps. The thing is, if you hit a white dot, you run into a Tonberry. A baby Tonberry, to be fair. Do you think we have any chance at all? He comes hasted and he's weak to fire. Surely we'll be fine. I don't know if that works. Look at that! 900 damage! No problem! He'll be dead in no time. Okay, you're not allowed to do 2 attacks at once. 3. Okay. Now that's just cheating. Kill him! Critical! So, the thing is, you will never beat this pug at this level in the game. It is way stronger than you have any chance to. I don't even think you can run from it. I think I tried running it from it the first time I came here. So, basically, follow the path, which luckily I've memorized because I've played this game a million times. And it's not that difficult, but yeah, just do it right and you'll be fine. Or have good timing and click the gold circle. You can brute force it, it's not that bad. Alright, we're back into super easy fights. You let me know if you're playing along in Brave New World and there's any way to actually kill the pug at this point in the game. My hunch is that it's impossible, because he counters basically anything you do with 4 step mines that can kill you in 2 hits. It doesn't seem reasonable. Which way are we supposed to go here? Oh, I know where this takes us. So remember this room? This is where we rescued Terra with the Moogles. So I wonder what's above this room. If your answer was a bunch of Moogles, you were correct. Kupo Po, indeed. The rest of them just say Kupo and run around like maniacs. I believe one of them is supposed to be his girlfriend. I don't know, some weird thing. Mog is the Moogle that we know because he learns to dance. His girlfriend apparently gives him some fancy charm. I don't know if it's canonical or not, but I think it is. This is another one of those chests. There's quite a few in the base game. If you don't open them the first time you come to them, but open them later on in the game, you actually get better stuff. But I know in Brave New World it doesn't work like that, so. What do you think the Rage Band does? I thought it was a relic. What is it? It's a mystery, okay. When you run into a mystery item, just go to the item list. Okay, I have an idea who it's for then. I don't know what this is gonna do. But there is one character that may know something about rages, so we'll save that for him. And look! Shortcuts! Now, if you remember where we took a branch, sort of by the area where Terra fell down, we fought that big battle? It connects up right here. That's the door we took down to the Moogles. So I wasted my shortcut. I just wanted to prove that it all sort of links up easily. That's just rude. That's a lot of damage. Now imagine we'd done this fight at the beginning of the game with only Terra, and the rats had cast poison on us then. I think we would have died. Because she only had like 110 HP. We're the masters of poison though. I kind of half expected them to be immune to it. Little did they know Edgar takes in the poison and feeds it to his machine. I do love pincer attacks. Alright, pretty much done in here. And freedom. Remember this bridge? I remember the Empire yelling at us while we're on that bridge. Good times. So we snuck out and we snuck back in. How are things? So, apparently Narshe is trying to stay neutral. It's the Switzerland of Final Fantasy VI. Is it though? Is it really Switzerland? We'll find out so shortly. I still think this plan is terrible. I guess, yeah, at the very least, some answers would put the people at ease. Great. Alright, and that's it for her scenario. Like I said, Terras scenario was very short. And, it's a bit of a short episode, but 20 minutes is all it is. Imagine if I hadn't gone exploring in the world map there. That would have been like a 10-minute scenario. It's kind of short and sweet. One of the nice things, at least, in Brave New World, it unequips all of your gear, I think, in between, does it? It might. Sometimes it unequips all of your gear in between. It didn't look like it did that time, but maybe when you select a new scenario, they'll revamp everyone's equipment. Anyway, that's all for this episode. Bit of a short one, but I like to break at good points like this. Next episode, what do you think? Locke or Sabin? Who's next? Find out tomorrow on Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. See you guys.